6 chill, for real.
Judah. The scepter will never leave Judah. The scepter will never leave Judah. The scepter will never leave Judah. I'm Judah. Christ sprang out of Judah. King David was Judah. King Asa was Judah. Don't crowd me up, who gon' rouse me up? Alistair Crowley, your time is up. It's a big mess, I gotta clean it up. Esau, the end of my kingdom's up. On the eagle's neck, I'll press. I woke up from my rest. My rulership is up next. No vex. Judah. The scepter will never leave Judah.
Shalom, brothers and sisters.
Shalom.
Thank you for joining us. We are here live at 2610 Granby in Norfolk, Virginia. Our class days are Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. Tuesdays and Thursdays, and Fridays from 7 to 9. Saturday mornings are 10 a.m. to about 2 p.m. All right. We also have schools out in Houston as well as San Antonio. The sister's gonna throw the address up there. So if you're ever in those areas, please feel free, look us up. All right. What do we have? Oh, we have Mashaba. We have different ways to watch us. We have Priest Mashaba. He has a blog talk radio, and that's every Tuesdays and Thursday at 10 a.m. All right. That information will be posted. We also have other channels: the Israelite School of Biblical History and Practical Knowledge. We have the 5 Minutes of Wisdom. We have the kids classes as well, and those dates are posted as well. Israel Wear is back in effect. You know what I mean? So you can go ahead and get your subscription. If you haven't already, you can subscribe. You can do the $35 a month, which you just get a Friends t-shirt, or you can do the $75 one, which you get a headband. You get the headband, and you get a fringed up shirt. All right, so go ahead and subscribe to that. What else we got? Hebrew Academy, we have in Houston, it's every Tuesday. If you're not there, if you can't make it in, we have it on Zoom. And in Virginia, we have it every Wednesday. So if you're a young brother, aspiring brother that wants to do more and be more busy in the work of the Most High and commit yourself, learn how to live your life according to the Bible even further than just being a body in the seat, being a pedestrian. You know what I mean? You want to put yourself in the driver's seat, go ahead, join that Hebrew Academy. That's where you're going to learn to further your knowledge in breaking down the scriptures. You're going to learn how to grab the scriptures and edify and teach diligently, all right, efficiently. All right, so go ahead and join that. If you have any questions or comments, you can text during class only, Priest CHAAZAQYA or Priest CHAAZAQYA. Their number is up on the screen. All right. Again, during class hours, text only. All right. We also have a business. Our business is in MacArthur Mall in Virginia. It's Sweet Ambiance. So we specialize in the latest and the greatest therapeutic oils, fragrant oils, medicinal oils. We customize candles, soaps, body butters, beard oils, bath bombs, whatever you want, customized in fragrance. That's what we carry. All right. We also have the monthly subscription that's back in effect, and we do different things every month. Whether it be like you'll get an oil, you get a soap, and then you'll get like a shampoo or conditioner, and then a secret gift. So we do something different every month, a different thing every month. But you definitely want to get subscribed to that Sweet Ambiance, and that's Sweet Ambiance, SWEETAMBINCE.com. All right. If you have any donations, whether it be books, pens, papers, apocryphals, pencils, dictionaries, the older the better. Encyclopedias, we got Funk and Wagner's. Those are great additions too. The older the better, because the reason why I say the older the better is because they try to take a lot of definitions and they try to take it they try to say it's no longer canon and no longer in use. So they do that to take the definitions of words so you don't really know the truth of where things came from. So yeah, the older the better on the dictionaries, the encyclopedias. Also, if you want to donate Bibles, they're always being put to good use. Brothers and sisters, when they come in, sometimes don't always have it. So the water, CHAAZAQYA and Priest for the Bibles and apocryphers that have been given, and please continue to give. Notepads, notebooks, whatever. Now, monetary donations, because you know money isn't defensive. We'll put up the links where you could send the Wells Fargo link and the Zelle link. All right, so shalom. Huh? Shalom. So if you have any monetary donations that you want to give, feel free. All right. Facebook.
Battery's gonna run out. All right. Once again, I want to thank all the brothers and sisters that do help out the school, help us with everything. We appreciate y'all. We really do. And if there's anytime y'all fall into a bad situation and need help, let us know. We're not going to let y'all down. We know everybody falls into an unfortunate situation. And we really believe, as y'all are helping out the school, you brothers and sisters are helping out. When in need, that help should be reciprocated. So if you fall in a bad condition or you need any help that we can do, let us know, because we will help you out. We appreciate all the brothers and sisters that give and that do help out the schools and pay our school rents and all these things. We appreciate you. All right. We're going to open up with questions like we always do, beginning as we go into the Sabbath. You're going to need a different charger for that. Huh? You're going to need a different charger because the end of that doesn't fit in the... You're going to have to shove it in there. So we'll start out with questions like we always do. And wait till brothers and sisters get in online and see who has any questions for the Sabbath. Let me see here. And if nobody got any questions, we're going to go into tonight's class. But I want to give y'all a few seconds to get in on there and see what new brothers might make it through class.
Would have let them know we're on Facebook.
Yeah, we're going to be on Facebook also. Listen, share the links, share the classes. There's a lot of people you probably talk to that need certain topics. We touch on a lot of topics, a lot of questions in the beginning of our classes, and you could use those YouTube channels to or YouTube classes to get those questions answered. So keep that in mind. All right. So go to our YouTube, ISBHPK, or Israelite School of Biblical History and Practical Knowledge. You could use a lot of different. There's so many classes we've done. We've been on here a while, and you can answer those questions for those new people. All right. So let's see if we can get brothers and sisters in here. See if they got any questions. They're peeling in little by little. Does anybody got any questions in here? Anything we want to touch on? Nothing? All right.
Praise.
Right. What's your question on it?
I know it says.
So you said question. I'm sorry.
My question is. Like, where are the prayers? Basically.
Say that again. I'm sorry.
Where are the prayers
Where are the prayers?
in the Bible?
Oh, okay. So, like how to pray and show.
Like,
That's what you.
Where do I say to the Most High?
Right. I got you. How to formulate your actual words.
Come.
Well, that's what Psalms is for. A lot of Psalms, like we read, not only Psalms, but a lot of Psalms you read is prayer. You know what I mean? Like it'll tell you in specific books, like the prayer of the three holy children, right? We pray that. There's so many books. Like if you go to one of the prayers we pray, and I'm going there first before I go back to Psalms, because you know that's a book of prayer. All Psalms, right? See, the thing is this, that when we spoke, and when we prayed, we did like the scriptures say. Watch, go to. Let me get it. It's in no, prepare about preparing your prayer. Yeah, prepare. He said, you said what? Oh, you said pray. No. I'm looking for the one that says prepare. It's Ecclesiasticus 18 and 23. Good. Ecclesiasticus 18 and 23. Go ahead and read.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 18 verse 23. Before thou prayest, prepare thyself.
So read it again. Read it from the top.
Before thou prayest, prepare thyself.
So before thou prayest, prepare thyself. So when you look at the prayers that you read in Psalms, those are songs, but those are prayers, right? They ain't, girl, let me lick you up and down till you say stop, right? That ain't the songs that we was praying to the Most High. We was poetically praying and speaking from our heart to the Most High. And it's okay for you to write your prayers down. It's okay to do that, to start out, until you can formulate what to say, you know? And if you can't formulate what to say what you gotta say, right? Don't drive yourself away from prayer and be like, well, I don't know what to say, so I'm not going to go to the Most High. Nah, you're supposed to go to the Most High. The Most High knows what's in your heart. He knows what you need. But He wants to see the humility that you're going to go to Him. So, read it again.
Before thou prayest, prepare thyself. And be not as one that tempted the Lord.
Right. Why does it say that? Because watch what you say. Right? Watch what you ask for. Right? You got to watch what you say and watch what you ask for. I know that about prayer. You know what I mean? You got to be very specific. You know, Yahweh Shemi Shai, I want me a woman. She go to the gym and she take care of herself. You gonna get that. But you forgot to ask for her spirit to be right. You forgot to ask for her to desire the Lord. So you got a gym freak. She physically looks good, but her brain is garbage. Gotta be careful what you pray for. You know what I mean? You gotta be specific. So that's why it's saying, prepare what to say and don't tempt him. So you see that part? Was that it on that? No. Was that was it on the reader? The reader. You're reading. So was that it on that? Okay. All right. That was Ecclesiastes 18. One second. So now let's go to Psalms. Let's go to one that we pray a lot, or we read a lot in class. We pray a lot after class. Go to Psalms 51. Right. So somebody read that. Psalm 51, verse 1. Read that.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 51 and verse 1. Have mercy upon me, O God, according to thy loving kindness. According unto the multitude of thy tender mercies.
Right.
Blot out my transgressions.
So you see, this is a prayer. He's showing us how to pray. So when you go through these Psalms, it kind of gives you the verbiage of what you're praying for. How to go to the Most High. You know what I mean? Don't say to yourself some dumbass, well, this is David's prayer. The scriptures say all scripture is given by inspiration to God. Right? So David prayed this to do what? Inspire you. David prayed this to inspire you on how to pray. That's why the Most High put it in here. If it didn't mean nothing, it wouldn't have been in here. So a lot of these psalms, these prayers that David prayed, it's supposed to spark the language inside of your spirit how to come to the Most High. So if you don't know it, if you can't formulate yourself right now, that's okay. Write it down. Think about it. Meditate on it. A lot of times you just got to meditate on prayer. Also. Right? Meditate on what you want to say. Prepare what to say. You know what? I need to start asking more for more patience. I need more patience. You know what I mean? So we usually thank the Most High for all the things we have. Right? Thank Him for our life. Right? For the blessings and those things. His mercy. You see? Where do we get this from? We get this from learning from David, Solomon, Daniel, different priests in the Bible, right? There's even a prayer of, was it Deborah and Barak? When they end up conquering, I think it was Deborah and Barak. Like there's so many prayers that can help you formulate.
3 holy children.
Yeah. You see that? So if right now you can't formulate it, you just got to get in the Psalms. Get in the Psalms and start learning how to. All right? All right. I mean, did that help out? Because there's no scripture that tells you this is how you pray. You know what I mean? There's no wrong words except for too much repetition. Right? Let's go there real quick. Let's go there real quick. Go to, where is it? Matthews? Go to Matthews. what is it? Vain. What is it?
66.
And this is kind of the thing you want to beware of when praying, right? So, where we at?
Matthew chapter 6 and verse 5.
Right.
5. Matthew chapter 6 and verse 5.
Go ahead.
And without praise.
Y'all, listen, y'all cannot have the 11-year-olds and 12-year-olds reading on. I love their zeal, but their voice is not strong enough yet. They're little young cub lions. We need grown lions. So, I know. But keep developing your voice, but I want everybody to stand, not just you and S.O.W. Go ahead.
Thou shalt not be as the hypocrites.
So read it from the top. Read it one more time.
And without praise. Thou shalt not be as the hypocrites are. For they love to pray standing in the
synagogues. So one thing about the Pharisees, Sadducees, their hypocritical mind state was why they were doing things, right? So it wasn't wrong to pray with each other. It was that why they were doing it. They were being hypocritical, right? They were doing it for show. So you see that a lot. What the Pharisees, Sadducees would cast as carnal mind. I'm only doing it for show. I'm not really doing it from the heart. So this is what he's saying. Don't be like that. Go ahead.
And in the corners of the streets.
Right, in the corners of the streets, you praying all loud just to get seen, as opposed to really praying. You're gonna have to step in the back for these men. Go ahead.
That they may be seen of men.
That they may be seen of what?
Men.
You see that? So he's telling us that's not how we're supposed to pray. You know, you're praying out in the open just to be seen. This has got to be something that comes from your heart. Can't be something that just comes from, oh, I'm doing it for show. So this is what you don't want to do. It's going to get into the specific point I'm just bringing out in here also. Go ahead.
Verily I say unto you, they have their reward.
Right.
But thou, when thou prayest, enter into thy closet. And when thou hast shut thy door, pray to thy Father which is in secret.
Right, and that's what we know how. We know, we pray at the end of class, but you got to pray at home. You got to go into that secret place at home and pray to the Most High, face the east. Right? We went over the other day that, I think it was here. I've been in so many areas in the last, I think it was here. We went over like how many times a day to pray. What was that in Rochester? Was it here? Well, anyway, the scriptures tell you that we supposed to pray consistently. Pray without ceasing. Right? So it wasn't just, oh, you know what? I'm going to make sure it's 3 times a day. No, I'm going to pray all day. I'm going to give praise in everything. Right? You know, you're constantly meditating on the Most High and thanking Him for things. That's prayer in itself. You see that? So go ahead and read on. Where are we at for everybody that came in?
Matthew chapter 6 and verse 6.
And the brother's question originally was how to basically verbalize your prayer. So we went over showing that prepare what to say in Ecclesiasticus, but then also we're showing that how we have to what kind of bad traits we don't want to pick up when praying. Right? Go ahead.
And thy Father which seeth in secret shall reward thee openly.
Right. So go ahead, read on.
But when ye pray, use not vain repetitions.
And that's the point I was getting to here. Right? Use not vain repetition, meaning that you don't got to constantly repeat yourself. Right? And draw it out. The Most High, like us, He says, He tells us in the scriptures, my son, when thou speakest, He says, comprehending much in few words. Right? You don't have to draw out a story. Get straight to the point. Tell the Most High what you want. You don't need vain repetition. You know what I mean? The Most High knows. You don't need to be dramatic. The Most High knows. You know, that's not saying you can't pour your heart out. It's just saying the Most High don't need you to keep repeating what you already said in your prayer. He knows. Tell him what you want. Right? Go ahead.
As the heathen do.
Mm-hmm.
For they think that they shall be heard for their much speaking.
Right. You see that? So he's telling you, you don't got to speak much. You know what I mean? So you see, when you look at these prayers of David and the Solomon and Psalms, you know, they were straight to the point, right? They were long, but they were straight to the point in telling him and honoring him and praising him, right? Not vain repetition. Go ahead.
But not ye therefore like unto
Wait, read
them.
that again.
Be not ye therefore like unto them.
Right.
For the Father knoweth what things ye have need of.
Right. So you see that? So even if right now you can't kind of verbalize what is in your heart, say what you got to say. If not, if you're really bad, well, then write it down. Spend time and write down a prayer. And then pray that thing that you wrote down. You see that? Where you at?
Hosea chapter 14 and verse 2.
God. Hosea chapter 14 and verse 2.
God.
Take with you words and turn to the Lord.
So the Most High already knows what you want and what's needed for you. So take your words, turn to the Lord, go ahead.
Say unto him, take away all iniquity.
So you're asking the Most High for forgiveness, and you're thanking the Most High always. I mean, when you sum it all up, if you're just at the basic point, Yahweh, Baba Kushah, you know what I mean? Please take away my sins, forgive me for my sins, and give thanks to the Most High for what you do have. You can start off like that. Every situation, the scriptures say to acknowledge the Most High, giving thanks always. Go ahead.
And receive us graciously.
Read on.
So will we render the calves of our lips.
Because it's the sacrifice of your lips. That's what the Most High wants. He wants to hear that communication come from your mouth, and he'll bless you.
Right, because, man, if you can't get up, face the east, and pray, you just don't give a damn. Like, you don't got to go give animals no more. You don't got to go sacrifice an animal. All you got to do is give up the prayer of your lips, but that's giving your mind over to you got to be humble to say, you know what, I'm going to speak to the Most High. You know what I mean? I'm going to speak to him. So you got to get past that judgment in your head. A lot of people don't judge themselves and I'm not worthy. The Most High is not asking you. He knows you're garbage. He knows we're garbage. So that doesn't fly with him. Follow the commandment. What are you supposed to be doing? Asking the Most High. Going to the Most High. Stating your petition to the Most High. That's what he wants. You see that? Did you finish that?
Yes, sir.
All right. All right. Do we got any other questions online? Okay. Anybody got any other questions in here on anything? Nothing. Okay. So we're going to be going into nobody online. Nobody got none. All right. Going once, going twice. I'm going to give them a few seconds. See. Who had one? Yeah.
Ecclesiastes chapter 5 verse 13.
Ecclesiastes 5 and 13. Let's go there real quick.
Ecclesiastes chapter 5 and verse 13. There is a sore evil which I have seen under the sun, namely, riches kept for the owners thereof to their hurt.
That's your question? Okay, so Ecclesiastes. Let me get here. Oh, that's in the Bible.
Yeah.
Come.
Ecclesiastes 5 and 13. So read, start from verse 9.
Come.
Y'all see me start up a lot because to get the context of what Solomon is talking about here, right? It kind of starts from verse 9. Go ahead.
Ecclesiastes chapter 5 and verse 9. Moreover, the profit of the earth is for all. The king himself is served by the fields.
Right.
He that loveth silver shall not be satisfied with silver.
Right. So he's addressing and talking about a king, right?
Wow.
Now we can say we're all kings in our own right. We're not the king of kings, but we are kings in our own right, right? So one thing with these kings and rulers, if they get caught up into continual wealth, that's why it tells you in the law that you weren't supposed to increase horses, wives, money, right? So that's one of the things. You got women that don't believe the more than one wife thing. They always go that, see, you don't supposed to increase. But when you read down, it's talking about overloading yourself with these things to where your heart desire is continually pushing for these things more than the Most High, more than justice, more than righteousness. So this is how to keep a king's mind in the right mind and right perspective, because he can get greedy, he can get bloodthirsty, right? We know that because that's what America does, right? They want this land over there all across the country. What do? They create a proxy war, right? They stop the economics of that country. They break it down. That's why when you got a lot of Hispanic countries that they break down, like Cuba. Look at what they're doing to Cuba. So Obama, he opened it up to where there was a little bit of things loosening on the embargo and Cuba coming out and people going to Cuba. Trump loosened a lot of those sanctions up. Obama loosened a lot of the sanctions. Trump came in and added them back. But by doing that, it shuts down the economics of Cuba. It shuts down the tourism. It shuts down the money that's going in there. So you can control countries, and you can set up your greed by putting your foot on other nations. Let's go to our communities. How does he stop our success? They're using the big word nowadays, systemic racism, right? They're using that word, throwing it around like we didn't know that. But what did they do? They hit you with the lack of education, right? And everything goes from there, right? So kings can get wicked, right? And they can get bloodthirsty. They can get money hungry. So this is what he's talking about. Go ahead.
Verse 10. He that loveth silver shall not be satisfied with silver.
So he's reminding them, like, look, that ain't gonna save you. That ain't gonna save you. And it's to all of us, right? Like you get that paper and you like, no, I'm good. I got 30 racks in the bank. You know what I mean? Whew. Got the boat out back, the house, you know what I mean? And they think, now I'm going to be satisfied. That's not going to satisfy you. Right? Go ahead.
Nor he that loveth abundance with increase.
Right? Go ahead.
This is also vanity.
Yeah, it's all vanity. Because eventually it's going to be took. It wears away. Remember we were talking about it yesterday? You got the new whip, and what happens? They come in and tear up the transmission. Your kids take a nice dark pen and write it deep into the leather, right? Yeah. Somebody comes and dinks the door. It's all carnal. It's vanity. It's vexation of spirit. And that in itself vexes you. The pen mark. The dink. Right? You're like, oh, I got to get that out. But you never do. You never do. So you're like, what? Man, this car is garbage. Just because of the dink. So all these carnal things, the scripture says it best. It's where moth and rust doeth corrupt. Like it's going to be constantly consumed, right, and destroyed by itself. Majority of things has got to decay and break down by itself. So this is what the Most High, this is what in the Spirit Solomon is saying. All this vanity. Go ahead.
When goods increase, there are increased that eat them. And what good is there to the owners thereof? Yeah, like when goods increase, right? When you start to get successful, what happens? Your family get bigger. You went from 3 kids to 6, right? So all that increase is what? Right? It's gone. You know what I mean? These are the vanities of this world. These are the vanities of the carnal that the Spirit is showing us that you get caught up in the carnal things for no reason. You know what I mean? I remember we rented a few houses with pools in them. You got the pool, the house with the pool in them. This pool sucks. It's like, nigga, you got a pool in your backyard, right? The kids, we like the other pool, Dad. It's like you guys are. That's bougie right there. Right? It's never enough. Right? You had the big pool, now you got to downgrade to the small pool. There's a problem. Oh, and then don't get the house with no pool. But then we like the house with no pool. But then when you had the pool, you complained about the damn pool. We got this pool, the cleaner doesn't even work. I'm not going out there. I be looking at my fam and I be like, vanity. Vanity. Like you complaining about nothing. So this is what he's reminding us of. All these things are nothing. Go ahead. What good is there to the owners thereof, saving the beholding of them with their eyes?
Right? It's the look. You look at it, you like, oh, that's dope. That's it. That's all you get from it. The beholding of your eyes. That's the best thing you get. You meet that, you meet that new dude, then what happens? You know what I mean? You start to hear him fart. You like, bruh, for real? You know what I mean? He's picking his nose. He smacks when he eat. But when you first seen him, he was what? Prime time meat, wasn't he? Guns, shoulders, chest. But then when you start to see his dirty socks, you're like, yeah, whatever. Right? Same thing with the woman, right? You see, we see it with our eyes, and that excites us. And then that is going when what? Really quick, like that. With the dink in the door, with the messed up carpet. That's one thing that gets me. You get the brand new house, and then you got kids. And then it's like everybody takes off their shoes, but your kids ain't thinking about that when they put boogers on the floor. They throwing food, and next you know the carpet looks like a crack house. I hate carpet. Not a carpet looks like a damn crack house, and you're like, this is disgusting, right? Vanity. It's all vanity, man. That's why the scriptures tell you about the carnal. I'm not going to take this too long. I'll go through your question, but this is deep because it reminds us about the carnal things. They're but for the moment. They don't last. Go ahead.
The sleep of a laboring man is sweet.
Right?
Whether he eat little or much.
Yeah, you work for all these things. And all you want, man, that laboring man really just wants rest. That's sweet. That's sweet to you. Right? You just want to sleep. You just want to kick your legs up. right? That's sweet to you. Go ahead.
But the abundance of the rich will not suffer him to sleep.
See, but when it comes to a person that is rich, right, there's a... Right, so when it comes to the rich, the abundance of his riches, he's still thinking what? When somebody's trying to get it, what are they thinking?
How can I get more?
What?
How can I get more?
How can I get more? I can't sleep. You know what I mean? You doing extra. Oh, we got some extra out. Put me in, coach. An extra 12. I'm ready. Right? You got extra. You doing Uber, your regular job, plus Uber Eats. Right? You doing all of them. Right? Why? Because there's never enough. It's always you got to get the paper. When your mind and your thoughts are motivated by money, it's always about, let me get more money. Let me get more paper. But you don't realize that that is never going to satisfy you. Right? Go ahead.
There is a sore evil which I have seen under the sun, namely, riches kept for the owners thereof to hurt.
Right. So read that one more time.
There is a sore evil which I have seen under the sun, namely, riches kept for the owners thereof to their hurt.
Right. You see that? So now we're understanding what it's saying, right, in this context. Read it one more time.
There is a sore evil which I have seen under the sun, namely, riches kept for the owners thereof to their hurt.
Right. So, why is it to their hurt? Why?
Because the money became their God.
There you go. Because they got to constantly work. And then when they get it, it's only but for a moment. It's for the sight of it. You get that joy for that second. And then you like, you know how you get the new phone? Right? After iPhone 4, you realize that every iPhone is the same. You got hoodwinked. You got bamboozled. What?
It's like these rappers, right? They get all this money, and then they start buying all these nice things. You got the nice car, you got the house, but then you forget you got payments on all these things. So all that money that you're spending, then all that money goes toward the payment of all these nice things you got. And then next thing you know, all these things are getting repoed, and now you broke because you forgot that all these things that you was buying had payments for it. So now you ain't no better than the common man.
Yep. So you did all that for what? That's why the scripture says, seek ye first the kingdom of the Most High and his righteousness, and all these things to be added unto you. Because everything is temporary. You know what I mean? Your credit is temporary. I got the credit fixed. You know what I mean? I claimed bankruptcy. Oh! I was like, we coming up on that 7th year? The mall was like, nah, you owe us $50,000. I was like, took me 7 years to try to get it fixed, and then next you know, because the pandemic, they put 50 grand on my credit. That was done. Right? So, but what about the car I want? Like the car I got, brother had a cosign for it. You see what I'm saying? Hey, I need your help. Could you help me out? Why? Because if I got caught up into the credit, I got to get my credit fixed. Hold on, I got to get my credit fixed. I got to do this, right? You get caught up into it, and next you know it, what happens? Some messes it up. You want to get a new house. I want to get a new house. And what? Can't do that because the credit's messed up. So I'll be literally striving, and my mind would be set on what? I got to get my credit right. It's responsibilities in this life, man. I hear what y'all saying. Those Bible things is good, but I got to do an extra 12, 13, or 14. But where's it all going? When you look back, you done struggled for all of that. And what? It's all gone on Pampers. It's all gone for food in the fridge. And you realize, damn, really? You know, like we were talking earlier. It's funny that the brother had this question. Like when you look at 30, 40 grand, that's nothing. 30, 40,000 ain't nothing. You know what I mean? We pay brothers almost like 20, 30 grand a month. And then when they get their check, what is that? Remember, that got to be spread.
So you looking at your check like,
you're like, yeah, this is small.
what am I supposed to do?
Right. So you got to see that the money, this is what it's telling us about. It ain't nothing. Go to Ecclesiastes 31 verse 1. Okay. I don't know why I didn't step in my head.
Ecclesiastes chapter 31, verse 1.
Ecclesiasticus 31 and 1.
Ecclesiastes chapter 31 and verse 1.
Uh-huh.
Watching for riches consumeth the flesh, and the care thereof driveth away sleep.
He jacked you, bro. I wasn't even looking up and I heard that. It says, read it again.
Ecclesiastes chapter 31 and verse 1.
Go ahead.
Watching for riches consumeth the flesh.
You see that? So this is what it's saying. This is what it's saying here in verse 13. There's a sore evil which I have seen under the sun, namely, riches kept for the owners thereof to their hurt. Why? Because you're consumed. You're consumed by abundance, by getting the money, and guess what? It's to your hurt. How's your spirit? How's your spirit? That's why we always, and I'll say this in front of everybody, we always remind brothers and sisters, whatever businesses we got, do not think that is your motivation. If our business has got to be focused on still implementing the spiritual things and the things that we supposed to be learning to be priests. And that's how we formulate our businesses. Otherwise, it's about you just making money. And that ain't going to help us. The carnal never helps us. It always falls apart. So this is one thing we see the value in pushing brothers more into the spirit, even with our businesses, right? When you at the zone with a brother, what are you doing? You got to sit there and politic over wisdom, knowledge. You know what I mean? You're constantly talking about things. When the sisters did it, what did y'all have to go through? Right? They got a little taste of that for a while. They had to get in those scriptures. The brothers had to get their mind right. They had to look at themselves and really look at how emotional they were in certain aspects. Now you got somebody dealing with you, right? As opposed to Edomite job, you what? You go to work, I'm going to ignore everybody, throw my earphones in the ear, and I don't got to say nothing to you. If we're doing our business like that, that's a problem. That's a problem. So there has to be a spiritual thing implemented within what we're doing. You know what I mean? We know what Esau does, right? So read that one more time for the top.
Watching for riches consumeth the flesh,
and
the care thereof driveth away sleep.
Right. So you see that? That's why it says here, riches kept for the owner thereof to their hurt. Now it goes on and says in here in Ecclesiastes verse 14, but those riches perish by evil travail, and he begetteth a son, and there is nothing in his hand. You lose those riches because of a travail, or what happened? You get a son, and then you gotta what? Pay for Pampers. You gotta pay for diapers. You gotta pay for food. You gotta pay for clothes, right? It's all gone. So this is why it's telling you about riches, man. That's what it's saying in that verse about watching for riches and having that money be your motivation. Yeah.
I was thinking about this before he said it, so just to touch on it a little bit now, can we go to Matthew 19 about the rich man?
Okay, let's go there. Now, did you have a question or you just wanted to bring it out?
No. Well, I mean, it really was kind of like a question.
Okay.
As far as, cause after all that being said, the disciples saying like, where who then who can be saved?
Right. Oh, well, Khan, take me there. Let's go there. You know what I mean? Read that.
Matthew 19.
Matthew 19 and what? What verse is it?
Matthew 19.
What verse is it?
Verse 24, but 23 start.
Do 23.
Matthew's, you said 19?
19 verse 23.
19 and it says
There's a few scriptures actually.
tweet. Well, you want the parable of the rich man, right?
Right.
19 and 23.
God.
Oh, you okay, well this is the one. Yeah, read 19 and 23. Read.
Matthew 19 and 23.
Go ahead.
Then said Yahushua unto his disciples,
Right?
Verily I say unto you, that a rich man shall hardly enter into the kingdom of heaven.
Right. Well, he shall hardly. Why? What? Let me ask you this. Why is this even something that pulls you? Why does money pull you? Why does it separate someone from the Most High? Behind you. Go ahead, Xavier.
Because, like you said earlier, money is for most people's God. So
there you go.
A lot of times people just say, "Well, I don't need God because I already got money."
Right. Perfect. You hit it right on point because that starts to be their God. So their success in life is not off of the spirit or spiritual things. They think success is I'm wealthy. Right? So hold that. Go to Timothy's. Go to Timothy's real quick.
Come. 16, 17.
Yeah.
Come.
Go ahead.
1 Timothy chapter 6 and verse 17.
Charge
them that are rich in this world.
Wait, hold on. Let's get to the. Yeah, go ahead.
1 Timothy chapter 6 and verse 17.
Charge
them that are rich in this world.
Right.
That they be not high-minded.
Right. So, what happens to the rich, the wealthy? They're cocky as hell. That's one thing about the basketball players. Hey, look at I think that's just all in Israel. You got niggas that just can play good on the court. We got one guy that can play good on the court up there. He swears he's already in the NBA. Like, yeah, no, I'm good, man. I'm going to play over here. Like, why? Because they drafted you or something? Like, nigga, you ain't in the NBA. I said that on the court one time. I said, listen, man, nobody's killing themselves. You know what I mean? Ain't nobody got drafted. Jake looked at me like, yeah, exactly. Nobody calling you from the NBA league. So calm down with that pride. But this is the ego. What happens, what comes with money. You think you're better. You think you can't be touched. You can't be told nothing. Right? What you was going to say?
Like a lot of guys, a lot of our people say, like how Snoop Dogg said, I did it by myself. I did it for myself because it was all by myself. You know what I'm saying? Something like that.
Right, exactly. Go ahead.
That they be not high-minded, nor trust in uncertain riches.
You see that? Why? Because we know those riches is going to fade. It's going to be destroyed. You see? So, what is the problem here? What is the problem with the rich man? Why do they hardly enter into the kingdom of heaven? What was the problem with Israel? Deuteronomy 32:15. Get it real quick. Somebody get it. Hold that. Don't let go where you're at. Go ahead and read it.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32 and verse 15.
You got to read a little louder. This is the time. Go ahead.
But Jeshurun waxed fat and kicked.
That's when Negroes get complacent. Right? You get a little money, you can't tell me nothing, right? They don't want to hear you. You know what I mean? Nah, nigga, you talking all that Bible talk. Nigga, I gotta get nothing. Nigga. You can't even talk no more. That's how much money you got.
Just ignorant.
Right? They do get, now I'm going to use the, no. He the kid's got to fall back. You can come on. That's the word they use in Baton Rouge. I was telling y'all yesterday. But yeah, they get too bougie. Now that's what I consider bougie, to where you got wealth and nobody can tell you nothing. So this is why, going to your question, that the rich man is gonna hardly, a lot of these rich people, because you can't tell them nothing. You gonna tell Rihanna, listen, sister, you gonna put on a dress? You know what I mean? You gonna tell her, listen, sister, you gonna fall in order. Listen, get your Bible. You can't even tell the wore out, ran through women in the world that. You know what I mean? You barely can tell a chick from the hood that. She can have Walmart grease on the back of her spandex, and then you tell the sister, listen, sis, you gotta get yourself together. This is unbecoming of a woman. She'll kill you. But that's a poor person. Go ahead and tell Rihanna get her spirit right. Go ahead and tell Jay-Z, listen, he got to fall in just like everybody else. You know what I mean? They ain't hearing that. Why? Because riches corrupt. Money corrupts you. Right? I put it in the text the other day, and I want to get it again. It's like Ecclesiasticus. Honor, the one I put in the text the other day. If anybody got that. I know we got a few here. Let's finish this up. Read that again.
But Jeshurun waxed fat and kicked.
So what happens when our people get money? When people get money, they wax fat and kick. Go on and win $1 million. We don't see your ass. You be online. Listen, I'm in the Canaans right now. Yeah, nice to meet you. You know, that's how you be hitting us up. Shalom, yeah, listen, talk about the Most High ain't with me. Look. Money corrupts. You don't understand. The Most High reign on the just and the unjust. You don't understand that the wicked are blessed too. I know you're like, whoa, what? Yeah, Satan blesses the wicked too, right? What did the Satan tell Yahushua? Come with me, I'm gonna give you all this.
That's Luke chapter 4, verse 5.
Right? I'm gonna give you everything. So don't act like the wicked don't get blessed. Psalm 73, it says they shoot as the palm tree, as the green bay tree. It says their branches grow and doeth not wither. I think it's Job 18 and 19 or somewhere around there. He repeats the same sentiments. Like, you see the wicked flourish. I mean, look at Trump. What, you thought he was righteous? Like the Lord was with him? So you gotta understand that the wicked are blessed too. So you can't judge righteousness off of money and finances. And that's what we did with dealing with religion, right? You're like, listen, Pastor got the Bentley. The Lord is with them.
You got a 4-car garage at church.
Right. He got the jet. Them is blessed. You know what I mean? You niggas is bums. And that's how people look at things. And it's not saying, for all the ones that I'm hurting your feelings, I'm not saying you can't have nice things. The Bible don't say that. The Most High says he has pleasure in the prosperity of the saints.
That's right.
So it's okay to have. The questions are going down the road of it's stemming from his question that your whole motivation and desire is money. That's the problem. Like you can't be told nothing, because the rich man, this rich man that hardly can enter, he will not be told anything. He becomes high-minded. All right? So I don't want y'all to think that a brother's saying that you got to walk around like a bum. Because we didn't do that. You see what I'm saying? We went over a whole class in Rochester to show brothers like, look, it's okay to have nice things. But to worship these things and be motivated by these things, that is the problem. For them to become your God is the problem. For you to get success and then do what? Oh man, I'm good. You know what I mean? Hey, we need you for the flyers. Man, I'm going to throw y'all a thousand a month, man. Y'all be good. No, we need you. You know what I mean? We don't need you to wax fat and kick, and then all of a sudden you don't know you don't know nobody, right? So yeah, we might have a little house outside of that crack areas because we ain't in no rich area, but we're outside of the crack area, but we still go there to teach our people. We still condemn sin, right? Y'all get that? So all these different elements got to be within your mind when understanding the gospel. It's not wrong to have money, and I don't want to make it sound like that, but at the same time, some brothers and sisters, their only motivation is what? I got to get paid, right? So what happened to us? We waxed fat and did what?
Thou art waxing fat, thou art grown thick.
Right, you grow thick. How thick? You start getting chubby. You know what I mean? You know cats. You know when they don't give a damn if they don't care because they stopped caring about their looks. Look at Lil Wayne. That nigga lost half of his hair. He's like, listen, I don't care. Right? Look at them. Some of these cats are ghouls and goblins, dope heads. And they're like, it doesn't matter. I can stink. I can smell bad. I could be DJ Khaled, we the best, but I'm going to get any woman I want because I got money. So you start to grow fat and be grown over with thickness. That's the ailment. That's the problem with this rich man. Go ahead.
Thou art covered with fatness.
Go ahead.
Then he forsook the Most High which made him.
Then he did what?
Forsook the Most High which made him.
And that's the problem. Right, so where are you at?
1 Timothy chapter 6 and verse 17.
Oh, okay. Now, where are you at?
Matthew 19 and 24.
Okay, we're going to stay there. You're done with that. Come on with that.
Charge them that are rich in this world, that they be not high-minded.
And that's the problem. That's the problem. Where are you at? Read it again.
Matthew 19 and 23. Then said Yahushua unto his disciples, verily I say unto you, that a rich man shall hardly enter into the kingdom of heaven.
Why? Because they're what?
High-minded.
Yeah, it says charge them that are rich because they're high-minded. So hell yeah, the rich supposed to be dropping that money. Don't come with that, you know. And that's the thing, is they supposed to be giving the money. That keeps them humble, right? That shows them not to trust in their riches. Y'all are reading this, right? Okay. So hell yeah, Jay-Z knew the truth. It's supposed to be, brother, where's your alms at? That's what you got. Right? You better give it up. Go ahead.
Nor trust in uncertain riches.
Right, and that's what the rich is supposed to constantly, the wealthy. If you do win the lotto, you're supposed to be the same person. The same brother. You know what I mean? Just with a nicer car and a nicer house. But you're supposed to be able to deal with brothers, able to deal with people, ready to humble yourself, ready to listen, ready to take correction. That's why it says hardly. Because, once again, when you get these rich, they become high-minded. Where are you at?
Verse 5.
Jump to verse 5. Jump to verse 5.
1 Timothy chapter 6 and verse 5. Perverse disputings of men, of corrupt minds,
right,
and destitute of the truth.
Go ahead.
Supposing that gain is godliness.
That gain is what?
Godliness.
And that's the problem when it comes to money. When it comes to the riches. When it comes to this rich man that hardly will make it into the kingdom of heaven, he thinks gain is godliness. He measures his spirit by his money. You see that? So that's what it's saying there. Go ahead.
From such withdraw thyself.
You see that? Get away from this person because, You're at 1 Timothy what?
6 and verse 6 now.
Go ahead.
But godliness with contentment is great gain.
And that's supposed to see, but the scripture that he went to earlier, his question, you see this guy that's just constantly working and no sleep and all this and all that. He's not content. He's not content. That's why he's working himself to death. You know what I mean? He's not saying, man, the bare minimum is cool. The funny thing is, all that work, you do all that work and it's all going to be taken away. Because that's where your treasure is. So this is why that rich man, not saying every rich man, but this rich man that is motivated by money. That's not saying we're not going to get some ball players, man, that, you know what, say, you know what, the money is not important. I need to get my spirit right now. Some football players, basketball players, movie stars. I'm sure there's a lot of brothers out there now in those industries that they see it. They're waking up little by little. You might not know them, but the word is working. This word is getting out. There's a lot of our people that are waking up. So you can't put it past some of our people waking up in the industry. And y'all seen portions of it, like Brandon T. Jackson, right? I know he's but he's still awakening, right? He's still trying to do, but he's doing it like everybody else. I'm trying to do it my own way, right? But you see the awakening happening, right? And there's many other brothers. There was some ball players, Stoudemire, right? Who else? Huh? Michael Beasley, right? Who else? Dwight Howard, yeah. You know, like these cats are waking up little by little. That no, we the true Jews. We're the people of the Most High. See, but they got to come back and realize these scriptures. Like, well, what you doing? Yeah, Khan, you guys are using your fame, but what are you doing with it? The rapper, he disappeared after his album. Kendrick Lamar disappeared after his album. Was he scared? Was he scared to speak? Did he have to let it all die down? Did he not want to get engulfed in the industry? We don't know. Did he say, Dan, let me make a little money. I don't want to get too deep into this because I know it's wicked. Let me stay on the outskirts. Right? So you don't know that. But our people are little by little waking up. But we know this. The Most High said these rich, they got to beware. Because if they don't understand how to distribute those riches, how to help out their people, how to be there for the poor, how to establish things in righteousness for the holy people, those alms are going to answer for their works. Cornelius' alms answered for his works. It says alms covered a multitude of sin. Yeah.
Because we had some people that did have money, but they had to stay in the background.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. What do you mean?
As far as like you know, Nicodemus might come and meet Yahweh Shai.
Oh, right.
During the night, like sometimes people might have money, or say you might know like a basketball star or
right. He might be in the background helping out.
In the background.
I've heard through the grapevine some schools linked up with certain cats, and that's why you see them a little more substantial. You know what I mean? I've heard that, and there's nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with these brothers giving. There's nothing wrong with that. You know? I'll say it again, and it's something I said in the beginning of this class, and I wanted everybody to know that helps us out. If y'all need help, we got to be there for you. You know what I mean? There'd be a lot of brothers and sisters that might fall in being let, a year could change a lot of things. You could be giving alms for 2 years straight, and then the next year you just lose everything. Well, I wanted everybody to know, and I being an example to y'all, like, look, we're here for y'all too. It can't just be take, and no give. And that's the problem with the churches. That's the problem with religions, is that they want to take but not give back. It wasn't wrong to give alms. It wasn't wrong to give. It was just wrong who we gave to, because they didn't do nothing with it. They didn't help our people back. You know what I mean? So going back into, it was a question that stemmed to another question for you that came in. Read where his question was again.
Matthew chapter 19, verse 23. Then said Yahushua unto his disciples,
go ahead.
Verily I say unto you, that a rich man shall hardly enter into the kingdom of heaven.
Go ahead.
And again I say unto you, it is easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle.
So the eye of a needle is a little gate to the city. It was round. If you look it up in your Zondervan Bible Dictionary, it's a little gate, and the camel's humps, you got to go down and you got to go under this gate to get into the eye of that needle, right? And that's how you would get in the city. So it wasn't impossible, but it was very, very hard for the camel to do that because it's humps. Y'all see that? So it's not saying no rich brother's going to make it. It's saying that it's going to be hard for a lot of brothers because they got to give it up. Go ahead.
Then for a rich man to enter into the kingdom of the Most High. Verse 25.
Read that again.
And again, I say unto you, it is easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to enter into the kingdom of the Most High.
Right. So y'all see that, right? That's his question. I want you to hold where you're at because we're going to go back there. Somebody grab me Ecclesiasticus 10:31.
Ecclesiastes chapter 10 and verse 31. He that is honored in poverty, how much more in riches?
He that is what?
Honored in poverty.
Right.
How much more in riches?
Yeah. So how you deal in poverty, if you're honored in poverty, if you're helpful, brotherly, sisterly, right? If you're humble in poverty, well then that's how you go be in riches. Why do you think these goons, these damn goblins, these zombies, they are like they are? Right? Because you give a beast $1 million, a blunt smoking demon that only wants to murder his people $1 million, what's going to happen when he becomes a rapper? It ain't all of a sudden, you know what, man, I need to do right. No, these rappers are still going around killing cats. A lot of these Chicago rappers, they're putting hits out on other rappers. It's like you got all that money. I was watching on World Star the other day. They jump out of 2 Bentleys shooting at each other, these rappers. And I'm like, you in a Bentley, what you mad at? What you angry? But the scriptures say riches are not comely for a niggard. And niggard in that way is the stingy person. The Bible says riches are not comely for a niggard. So it's not comely for these cats, man. Right? So read that again.
Verse 30.
Or read on. And
verse 31. He that is honored in poverty, how much more in riches?
Right.
And he that is dishonorable in riches, how much more in poverty?
You see that? So you got to see, man, that that's the way it's going to change. That's the way it's going to be. You're going to be dishonorable. You are going to be what you be. Right? So that's what you're seeing why a lot of rich won't enter in. It ain't got nothing to do with the money. Watch. Jump back to Timothy's.
Come. 1 Timothy chapter 6 and verse 17.
Charge them that are rich in this world.
No. Where were you at?
Verse 6.
No, you were on you were verse 7, right?
Yeah, I read verse 6 and verse 7 now.
Go ahead.
1 Timothy chapter 6 and verse 7. For we brought nothing into this world.
Right.
And it is certain we can carry nothing out.
But they don't think like that. No, they're thinking, look, listen, I'm going to live crazy, violent, rich, lustful, right? And I'm going to take it with me. If I can't take it with me, I'm going to take it with me. right? Go ahead.
And having food and raiment, let us be therewith content.
You see that? Having food and raiment, but come on now. You know that raiment can't be Gucci. That raiment can't be Fendi. You know what I mean? That's how it is. What motivates you? And if you're only motivated by that, then when the leather tunic has to be cloth, then you get down, you get sad, or it becomes pleather. It has to be pleather. You know what I mean? The leather vest has to be pleather, right? Then you get down and out and sad, and you're like, man, I got to get that leather vest. I got to get that leather tunic. I ain't a real priest till it has to be leather. Then there's a problem with you mentally. Now, we're talking about our clothes, but come on now. Y'all know our people think like that, right? Our people think that way instead of thinking about the spiritual things. So read on.
Verse 9. But they that will be rich fall into temptation.
Wait. So this is why we all know there's something nefarious going over there in Hollywood. Right? We know there's some filthiness going in the rap industry. First of all, we're looking at them. Right? They go into all this freakism. Right? But the scriptures is telling us what? Come on.
But they that will be rich fall into temptation.
Right. And are they... When y'all heard a little while back, what's his name? The exact P Diddy had an old boy from the R&B group top him off. Huh? Yeah. Yeah. And this was back. This was probably way back. But he was doing it for what? Power. Right? That's what he thought he was doing it for. I'm doing it for power. So those are the temptations that these cats fall in. You thinking, man, you got to get in the rap game and you touching your knees, your ankles, right? You have to do something to compromise yourself. And let me say this: you do it not being in the rap game. How many of our people do it because their ribs is not satisfied? How many men that's not in the rap game and don't got millions, but they want to satisfy their bridezilla? How many? Like, they ain't even rich. But you know what? She want to have a Gucci cake. She want to have a Fendi cake. And I got to get it for her. Right? You sold your soul for what? A cake. Right? That's why it's called bridezilla, because she's a damn animal, right? Breathing fire. But you did all you can do to please this woman, this demon. Right? So read on.
But they that will be rich fall into temptation and a snare.
And a what?
A snare.
Yeah, you fall into a lot of traps. So you got to watch the trap that comes with money. Because that's what's going to get you. That's what got that rich man where he's not going to enter into... Hold that. You got the other one I wanted?
Yeah, it's Matthew chapter 21 or 19, verse 21.
Matthew chapter 19, verse 21.
Go ahead.
Yahweh Shai said unto them, if thou wilt be perfect, go and sell that thou hast, and give to the poor.
Do what?
Give to the poor.
You don't want to hear that. Go ahead.
And thou shalt have treasure in heaven.
Right.
And come and follow me.
Right. Go get rid of all that and come and follow me. Why did he have to hit him like this? Because this dude was obviously caught up into his riches. Remember when he goes and get Matthew and Philip and all the 12, right? When he gets to 12, he's like, come, follow me. I'll make you fishers of men. So they're fishing. Right? What did they do? It said they straight away dropped what they was doing. But this guy, what? He's like, man, so what you saying? That's the only way I'm gonna get in the kingdom of?
He said, wait a minute, you said heaven, like up in the sky, like it ain't here right now?
Right. And that's what money gets us in that mind, man. So you got to be careful, man. You got to be careful what you're motivated by, and what is pushing you and thriving. And that happened to us in our communities. Why? Why does it happen to us? Because we ain't got nothing. So you get a little bit something, a little bit of success. Yeah. You get nigga rich, right? You know, you get that $25 job. You know, and you what? Man, forget the 25. You get the $14 an hour. Right, man? I don't have $1 on me. Better go get it. It's like, but my car's all the way out there. I ain't losing my job. Not for you, nobody. I got this, I got that, or this. Right? You single. Stop lying. Yeah.
Some people be prideful over $1 raise.
Oh, yeah.
They be like, I was making $8.75.
Right.
And now I'm making $9.
Oh, and they look that they will die for that dollar.
Oh yeah.
Right, because what happened? Everything's been taken from us. Right? We've been beat on, stepped on. And then they divided against each other. So we're that crabs in a barrel. So yeah, it's a lot of this mixed mingle with riches that got our people the way they are. Right? Where you at? Let's finish that up.
1 Timothy chapter 6 and verse 9. Second precept.
Go ahead.
And into many foolish and hurtful lusts.
Right.
Which drown men in destruction and perdition.
You see that? So that's what it's talking about. It drowns men. You know what I mean? Because you think you need it. You think that the Most High ain't going to take care of you. You don't think that you're going to survive without it. You know, like if you don't make this amount or you don't do it the way the white man says, get your degree, do it this way, you're going to be a bum. You ain't going to have, right? But why come all the rich dropped out of school and started Amazon, started a Facebook, started a damn Coinbase? The Coinbase guy just became one of the richest. He just put his thing on the stock market Wednesday. And he's already one of the richest billionaires. I was trying to get that dang stock. At least one or something. I don't know. But you know what? He's rich now. But they ain't doing it going to the school. But that's how they want us. To constantly be in the mouse running. Right? No, we got to think outside the box. If we had unity, we could do a lot of things. We can have the black Wall Streets and the black banks and things of that nature. But no, we've been taught greed, hatred, division, all the things that divide and conquer. So that's why a lot of times even come together in unity. Yeah, I thank the Most High working with the men I've been working with for the last 16 years. Why? Because we're able to look at things in the right perspective. You know what I mean? We all come up. One come up, we all come up. One get blessed, we all get blessed. It ain't just about one brother, one sister, one household. It's about everybody. And that's how it's supposed to be. But the white man taught you how to be what? Nah, bro. I got to get mine, you get yours. We got to break that. Go ahead.
For the love of money is the root of all evil.
Everybody always gets that wrong, right? They always say money is the root of all evil. They always get it wrong. Money's not evil. Riches are not evil. The demons that you got on you that promote and put that money above God makes it evil. So this is one of the biggest scriptures everybody get wrong. Pastors be quoting it wrong. No, it's about you loving the money, the desire more than the Most High. Go ahead.
Which while some coveted after.
Go ahead.
They have erred from the faith.
You see that? They have what?
Erred from the faith.
Go ahead.
And pierced themselves through many sorrows.
You see that? So that's really why this rich man, a lot of rich are going to hardly make it to the kingdom of the Most High. You got something on that?
Yeah,
I mean, that answers. Yeah, he's going to go ahead. What you got?
Proverbs chapter 11 and verse 4.
Proverbs chapter 11 and verse 4.
Go ahead.
Riches profit not in the day of wrath.
Because why would Yahushua tell that rich man to sell all of what he had? Because you need to store up your treasure up that's going to get you closer to the Father. Right? I said it before in class. You never see a U-Haul. You never see a hearse towing a U-Haul. Right? You can't take it with you to the grave. When you stand before the Most High in the spiritual realm, in the fourth dimension, you're gonna be just you and doing the Most High. You ain't gonna have nothing. So your riches aren't gonna profit, read.
In the day of wrath.
In the day of wrath, when the Most High comes to bring hellfire and brimstone upon the world, which you so like desired to have, and you put your blood, sweat, and tears into getting that new car. When you see a meteorite hit up on that on that car, you're gonna be like, what the hell? Your riches aren't gonna save. Your house can get flooded at any moment. Get broken into.
Yep.
So in the day of wrath, the day of vengeance, what's gonna save you?
Yeah.
Read on.
But righteousness.
What's gonna save you?
Righteousness.
Your works. The things that you did in the name of Hamashiach Yahushua. That's what's gonna save you. He's your defense.
Yep.
Read on.
But righteousness delivered from death.
But that's going to deliver you from death.
Yeah.
Why? Because the Most High, it's like I tell everybody, I talk to a lot of people, you're trying to mess with the middleman. You're trying to mess with the people who create the thing. Why not mess with the person who's the signature on the paycheck, the creator?
Right.
You trying to make deals and plot with the janitor. Why don't you talk to the CEO? You know what I mean?
Right.
Thurgood, right? Everybody remember Thurgood? Half baked, right? The custodial janitor. Yeah, you up there plotting with Thurgood, but why not talk to the boss? The boss of all bosses.
And that ain't Rick Ross. Go back to Ecclesiastes 31. Ecclesiastes 31 and 2. It definitely ain't Rick Ross. He ain't the boss of all bosses. Go ahead.
This is the book of Ecclesiasticus.
You got to read loud. Push yourself. Come on.
31 and verse 2.
Hear me, Zion. Come on.
Watching care will not let a man slumber.
Right. Watching care will not let a man slumber. So this goes back to, this is a precept, Quan, that goes back with your verse, right? It says, watching care will not let a man slumber. Why? Because you're always watching, right? It's like that loan that was promised. I'm always looking like, man, when they said they're going to drop that? It was like, bruh, it was supposed to be here, right? You ain't going to sleep. If your mind is always into riches and money, you always looking at your bank account. Damn, it's getting slim. Like it's gonna grow by you looking at it. But that's where your mind is. Go ahead.
As a sore disease breaketh sleep.
Right, read on.
The rich have great labor in gathering riches together. And when he resteth, he is filled with his delicacies.
Right, so the rich did all that work. He's filled with his delicacies, right? All those good things. Go ahead.
The poor laboreth in his poor estate, and when he leaveth off, he is still needy.
Yeah, the poor is poor. He don't got nothing. Go ahead.
He that loveth gold.
He that loveth gold.
He that loveth gold shall not be justified.
Why? Because when you deal with the rich, they start to compromise. They start to compromise for money. So you got to watch cats. That's why brothers don't understand. When we see money hungry, we like, bruh, you got to watch a brother like that. You got to watch a sister like that. Because they start doing anything strange for change. Like, what type of cat are you? Like, bruh, come on. You know what I mean? A brother we were counseling, he was like, he had to have 3 jobs. Ribs at home, getting fat as hell, not doing nothing. and he got 3 jobs. I was like, what the? I done lost my mind. I'm like, what happened to the Proverbs 31 woman? Where she's working with the spindle. Where she's innovative, thinking and moving and building and out there. Me and my ribs, we all moving in the same work. They see me put my hands to the plow, they're putting their hands to the plow. Ain't no sitting back. Nah, you ain't doing that. But that's the problem. He that loveth gold shall not be justified. Go ahead.
And he that followeth corruption shall have enough thereof.
And he that followeth corruption shall have enough thereof. Meaning what? You gonna get a lot of these cats succeed by what? Corruption. That's what the Bible is telling you. So don't act like you know. I was watching some movie. They were like, "Well, you got a weird outlook on the rich." Because when you get money, you start doing weird things. Don't act like it ain't real. Go ahead.
Gold has been the ruin of many.
Go ahead.
And their destruction was present.
Yeah, read.
It is a stumbling block unto them that sacrifice unto it.
You see that? It's a stumbling block to them that sacrifice unto it. What are they sacrificing? They spirit, they mind, they time, right? They kids. You know, spend time with your kids because why? You got to be at work. Then when you get off work, you got to work. Get off to do your second job. Like your whole day is filled with work. That's insane, man. These other countries, man. There's a lot of other countries that have a lot of siestas and fiestas, and they take time off. I think it was a European country. I was watching this one thing about the economics of the country, and I want to say it was somewhere in like Italy. I could be wrong, but they had like a siesta, and you know how it would be the whole country would go on break from like 12 to a certain time. But you get 30 minutes, you get an hour the most. They were getting few hours to where you can go home, sleep, eat. Yeah, what you gonna say?
Well, when I was on deployment, I went to Oman. Like how you said, they have a siesta. It's like 2 or 3 hours.
There you go.
In the middle of the day where everything shuts down and they just chill with their families.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So.
But America's money hungry, and that's why they drive you crazy for the money, for success. And little did you know, the Most High was going to take care of you anyway. He was going to handle it. You know, I keep saying, I tell the story with my ribs. You know, one she had a job for it was like 9 years. She was getting paid good money. Like a little Indian dude, and she could have kept making money. But we wanted to come open up a school out here. I was like, listen, you got to quit. She was like, okay, let me know when. It was that easy. Mother Rib, same thing. 4 years. She was working 4 years at one location. I was like, we're leaving. We're leaving Houston. Ask them. It was like, go. They were like, Carm, when we leaving? Let's go. Because you know what they seen? They seen that the Most High never let us down. Now, is everything perfect? No. Do we have... can I pull a water out and be like, listen, baby. You know what I mean? Go buy you something nice. No. That ain't happening. But we eat. We live. Our kids' teeth, check them out. They brush them. You know what I mean? They are skinny, but not because they don't eat. You know what I mean? Because they eat like birds. But we didn't panic. They didn't say, well, you're going to make me quit. You're going to make me quit my job. I've been here for 9 years. And what is this? How are we going to survive? What are we going to do? They were like, tell me when. Because they see me do it before. Leave states and pick up and just leave. It didn't matter. The house didn't matter. We had a big ass house out there. We were renting it, but it was nice. You know what I mean? It wasn't ours, but it was nice. They were like, when we came to the house with no pool, like a tore up backyard, you know what I mean, doors and everything, and it was like, okay, we're here now. Because we've been through that. We know how to abase and abound. It didn't matter about those things. What matters is what we're doing in the spirit. All these carnal things, I keep telling y'all, they will burn down, they will be destroyed. You're going to lose them some way. I done been in how many accidents, how many cars I done lost? Right? Well, actually, let's be real about this. How many cars my ribs done broke?
At least 20.
Right? A lot of cars.
At least a dub.
A lot of cars. But what happened? That's why you got insurance. I ain't getting my feelings hurt. I'm like, okay, insurance gonna pay that off. That's it. Let's move on. You see that? Carnal things ain't worth it. Read on.
And every fool shall be taken therewith.
Right. A fool falls into these things. That's how you start to understand a man's mentality. You can know a man. Why? Because you see what he's fighting for. You can easily judge, oh, that cat's foolish. Because he doesn't understand that stuff ain't going to last. Go ahead.
Blessed is the rich that is found without blemish.
That's what you're supposed to be worried about. So going back to the rich, once again, this is not saying the rich or the wealthy cannot be righteous. This is saying you better watch it because there's a lot of things that stick with money and, great riches, right? So this is how you're blessed. Blessed is the rich that what?
That is found without blemish.
That's what you supposed. What's your spirit like? Yeah, you got the Bentley out front. That's fine. But what's your soul like? The Most High is looking at that. Read.
And have not gone after gold.
You see that? Read.
Who is he? And we will call him blessed.
That's who we're going to call blessed. So we're not calling everybody that got finance. Oh man, they living it up over there. Why? Because there's a lot of rich that are what? Tormented. Their brains is gone. They dope heads. Right? They always snorting it up, popping pills to make it to the next day. That's not riches. Right? Look at the basketball player, man. What's his name? Was it Michael Beasley? No, the basketball player. No, the basketball player Beasley. He was a Beasley too. They found him on the street. They had Thank you for correcting me. Devontae West, right? Yeah, you see him? Oh, he was bad. Where did all that money go? You know what I mean? Where all these riches go? It went into what? Meth. He was popping pills. He was doing all these things. So riches is not necessarily mean your mind is right. Y'all get that, right? That's what broke people think all the time. Like, man, once I get money, it's going to change everything. It's not. It's not. And I ain't never had money like that, but I'm just saying, I guarantee you it's not. I believe in the gospel. You know what I mean? It's not. It's going to change certain things. You can quickly buy things, but you still got issues. People around you create problems, commotions, division, hatred, selfishness, right? So, no, it doesn't change anything. Read on.
For wonderful things have he done among his people.
That's what the rich is supposed to be doing. Wonderful things. That's why when you go back to that Timothy's, it said what? Charge the rich. Yeah, that they be not high-minded. They're supposed to be doing wonderful things among their people. You see that? But you got Oprah going to damn Africa. She's setting up schools in Africa. But Chicago is what? Dying. You're putting billions into Africa. That's why Akon, he's doing what? He's going back to his people. Akon is a Hamite. He's going back to, forgot what country it is, but he wants to create the real Wakanda. Seriously, this is serious biz. Go look into Akon. He's creating his own crypto. We're a little bit into that crypto. You know what I mean? So he's going into the he's making his own crypto that's going to be for their country. But our sisters, our brothers, you always going to every damn country and our hoods is diminished. They leaving it to the white man, and the white man's like, we're not voting that in. Nigga, you ain't even gonna get a next stimulus check. Those stimulus checks that we did give you, we're taking that back. So we got to be real with this, man. The rich now, they don't know what to do with the money. They're not really helping out our people. And I know you say, well, who are you to say? LeBron James built a school in Akron. Good. That's good. That's a good start, right? He's trying. But think about all the rich, the ones that's dressing like women. What's his name? Building damn bigger studios than the ones in Hollywood. Tyler Perry, right? What is he doing? Because he pays one college tuition. Like, bro, you ain't doing enough for your people. You know what I mean? You could be doing a lot more. But the truth is, do they really know what to do with it? Let's be real with it. Are they going to say, man, we're going to teach our people the truth with this? We're going to teach them the knowledge of the Most High. They still think the Bible's religion. So they don't know what to do with it. That's the curse. No wisdom. It doesn't matter if they got money, right? Read on. Come on.
Who have been tried thereby.
Right. Who have been what?
Who have been tried thereby.
You are in verse what?
Verse 10.
Verse 10. Who have been tried thereby. Right. Verse 9. Who is he? And we will call him blessed. For wonderful things hath he done among his people. Who hath been tried thereby and found perfect. What has he and how has he been tried? He's been given things. He's been given success. He's gained wealth. But it showed forth he was still honorable and loving his people, his nation. Now we're talking about wealthy. We get brothers that, bruh, you want to do 3 jobs at $10 an hour a piece and you losing your damn mind. It's like, really, brother? Like, come on, bro. $10 an hour and you y'all know I ain't lying. You know I ain't lying. It's like you done lost your mind at $10 an hour. You done sold your soul for a mighty 10-piece. Nah, man. Y'all got to rethink your life. Read. Come on.
Then let him glory. Who might offend and have not offended, or who done evil and have not done it.
You see that? So this man, the rich, the wealthy, was supposed to keep himself away from sin. He was supposed to keep himself away from wicked things. Right? So, pick up verse 11.
His goods.
No, let him pick it up. Go ahead.
His goods shall be established.
His what?
His goods shall be established.
So here's what happens with the rich. That when you build your foundation on the Most High, then his things, those carnal things, will be established. But the wicked, the ones that gain riches, all their things are going to be taken. It says it's one in Proverbs. It says they build it up for the righteous. No, it's in Proverbs. It says that they gain the riches, but they're going to give it away to the righteous. Find that one for me. Go ahead.
And the congregation shall declare his own.
Right. In the what?
Congregation shall declare his own.
You see that? And they shall declare his alms. So what was it? What Cornelius was giving alms, and they were saying, nah, Cornelius might be a cop, but he's a good brother. That brother, he helps out. He didn't forget about his people. That's what it was with Cornelius. He said, your alms have came up before me. He was like, man, that brother might be a cop, because we looking at cops like, right? I shake when I get around cops. Not because I'm scared, because I want to choke the hell out of everyone I see. You know what I mean? You be looking at them. I remember we be at the fair, and he be selling $300, $400 oils to cops, and they be spending money, right? But he's like, yeah, talking to him. I be in the back shaking. I'll kill you, right? But I had to realize, you know what? Y'all gonna hear me say this lightly.
Go ahead.
All cops are not bad. There was a cop, and when we first got to Houston, we had our little computer store out there, and we were doing class out there. And my brother, he won the cop over. When the scripture said, "Make ye friends of the mammon," bro, we got stopped like 5 or 6 times, and my brother, he don't got no discretion. He was like, "Listen, do you know Officer Whoop-de-Whoop? Do you know Officer Whoop-de-Whoop? Do you know Officer Whoop-de-Whoop?" Bro, we got out of tickets. We got out of a lot of stuff because we knew that officer. We really understood about make ye friends of the mammon. But these police, these rich, these wealthy, these movie stars, they gotta have works. They gotta have arms. Y'all get that? There you go. Hold that. Jump to Proverbs 13:22.
Proverbs chapter 13.
Proverbs
and verse 22.
Go ahead.
A good man leaveth an inheritance to his children.
Go ahead.
And the wealth of the sinner is laid up for the just.
You see that? The wealth of the sinner is laid up for the just. Esau getting rich, man, to give all that to us. It's going to be like when we left Egypt. They said we borrowed our riches, man. We snatched it. Take chains off. Take chains, you know what I mean? Give me that. Give me this. We're going to leave here with riches. They're going to be giving us riches, man. Just like we did in the ancient days. So all the riches they gaining is for you. And not that middle of the mall stuff. You know what I mean? Not that middle of the mall stuff. I'm talking about real gold, real Jews. You know, with the little white shriveled up demon over there in Europe. You know what I mean? All the crown royal gold. Well, me and my real one night was looking at all the Jews of the queen, right? Man, that's real money. You see that stuff? All that stuff they just set and hold there. That's their riches. That's their wealth. On top of all the stuff they got buried in the basement. That's for us. That's for you. For us that make it. So y'all get that, right? Read that last part again. Proverbs
13 and 22.
Go ahead.
A good man leaveth an inheritance to his children's children. And the wealth of the sinner is laid up for the just.
There you go. There you go. So yeah. And that first part is, what type of inheritance do you want to leave for your kids? Are you so motivated about money that you forgot it doesn't, the other scriptures, that if you leave your wealth to wicked children, they're going to just destroy that anyway? So you got to see, man, what this is about. Let's jump back to Ecclesiasticus. Let's finish it up. I know we ran through it, kind of, the question went on. Did you have anything, brother? Nothing? How about you, Ak? Did you have any questions?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. We're going to finish this one real quick. We're done with this, and then we're going to go right to you. Read on in that Ecclesiastes.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 31 and verse 12. If thou sit at a bountiful table.
Okay, so that's it on that. All right, so that is it. It goes into like greediness of the belly and all that. All right, so did that
come?
Okay, all right. So yes, sir. What's the question, sir? The 5-point star?
Star David.
Oh, you mean the 6-point star?
Yeah.
Well, the take is that they call it a star, but when you look at a star, according to the Bible, a star is round. Yeah, so let's go there real quick. So a star is round. So what that is, that was known as the Star of David, we know it as the lily, right? They call it the flor. What is it? The
Fleur de lis.
flor de lis, right? And it was a lily, and which ended up, as time went on, and the so-called Jews took all of our symbols or whatever. They call it the Star of David, but read that about the star. It's let me find it real quick. It is Wisdom of Solomon 13:2. Now, you know, that being said, I used to have a lot of garments with the shield of David. I don't no more because a lot of brothers, new generation, have taught things that are not true. And they came up with this, it's the Star of Molech. When, first of all, the Star of David don't look like an actual star that Molech was worshipped by. When you go into the worship of Molech, it was an actual round circle that they were worshiping, which represented the stars. So that's why we stopped you see brothers with them, but we stopped wearing them so much because the misconception, our people don't read, they don't study, they're going to judge you already off of what they think. So that's a lot of times we don't wear them a lot, but biblically it's in the Bible that we did wear them. All right, and we'll get the other scriptures to show that. Where are you at?
Wisdom of Solomon 13 and verse 1.
Go, Wisdom of Solomon 13 and 1 and 2. Go ahead.
Surely vain are all men by nature,
right,
who are ignorant of the Most High, and could not out of the good things that are seen know him that is, neither by considering the works did they acknowledge the word master.
Right, you know, and it's talking about these people that worship idols, right? They worship the sun, the moon, the stars from the Babylonian time all the way through, all the way up to the Greeks and the Romans, all the way up to America today. They don't consider these things that the Most High create. They worship the carnal things more. Go ahead.
But deem either fire or wind or the swift air or the circle of the stars.
Right. So biblically, a star was a circle. So no, it's not a star. It was a flower, because the Most High called the flower, the lily, his favorite flower. So we had these on the temple. We had these on our garments. We had these in the things we wore. Right? So where are you at right now?
1 Kings chapter 7 and verse 22. That just being, you can start at verse 19.
First Kings chapter 7 and verse 22. Verse 19.
Yeah.
Come.
So this is the construction of the temple. This is what Solomon was building during his time, during his reign. Go ahead.
And the chapiters that were upon the top of the pillars were of lily work.
Right. So lily work. So when you look at the lily has 6 points. Yeah. So that's what we look at it as. We don't look at it as a star. We look at it as the fleur de what?
Fleur de lis.
Fleur de lis. Yeah. Which is a lily. Right? Go from there. Go ahead and read down. Jump to verse 22.
Come. Verse 22. And upon the top of the pillars was lily work. So was the work of the pillars finished.
Right. So this is one of the flowers of the Most High. That's Kings. We're in 1 Kings 7:19, and you can read down to 22. And it just shows you that in the temple, we had these so-called, what they want to call a star, but we had them in the temple engraven in the pillars of the temple. What else you got?
Exodus chapter 28, verse 34.
Come. Exodus chapter 28 and verse 34.
Yeah, go ahead.
A golden bell and a pomegranate.
And a what?
A pomegranate.
So the brother's talking about how he used to have the Star of David on his garments, right? So this is during the construction of the garment, what was on our garments. So when you open up a pomegranate, when you open up the fruit, and you look at it, 6 points.
Right, 6 points. So we got to see that just because it has 6 points, it's not wicked. Now, what is wicked is what they do with it. You know what I mean? Like when you, if you're gonna go ahead and get that, what's that one game, the Ouija board?
Yeah.
If you're gonna get a Ouija board out and worship other gods, that's anything. That's anything. Whether it be the Nike sign on your shoe, whether it be the images that you wear. Some cats, and we tell brothers not to wear the stuff, but you be wearing like skulls and dead people, like dead bones on your shirt, and you know what I mean? Like that representation, you have to be careful what you what you're promoting. You know what I mean? So right. But he's bringing out the pomegranate because the pomegranate itself that was on the edge of our garments also has 6 points. So not only the lily, but the pomegranate also. So just showing you that it wasn't that it was the star Molech. The star Molech was literally a circle that was holding over Molech's head. If y'all look it up, it's not the Star of David. Just because they load those images up on Google, that don't mean that's what it was, right? Because we know biblically it said the circle of the stars. Okay, all right. So I mean, do you get that part, bro?
Yeah.
Okay, did that help out a little bit?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, sir. Did that answer?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
I have one more.
Go ahead. Where you at?
Second Ezra, 5 and 23 and 24. And said, O Lord, that bearest rule of every wood of the earth,
right,
and of all the trees thereof, thou hast chosen thee only one vine,
right,
and of all lands of the whole world, thou hast chosen thee one pit, and of all the flowers thereof one lily.
Right, because the Most High loves the lily. Right? The lily ain't evil. The lily ain't wicked. So we got to remember when it comes to whatever images, whatever it is what it represents, right? At that time. Like for instance, if I came in here with a rainbow shirt on, how would you feel about that? Yeah.
It's a sign of the Most High. Rainbow is an optimistic sign.
But if
the
you
world look at it as homosexuality.
right. So, but here's the question. Would you wear it? Probably not, right? Exactly.
Because other people,
because their perception of it.
But I know what it means.
Yeah.
Not a negative sign.
Right. And that you get it. That's all I'm saying is that because it is a rainbow. You know what I mean? Some brothers like Puerto Ricans, they love all those damn colors. You know what I mean? Is it wrong that the sons of Joseph wears the bright yellow? Brothers from NY, y'all love all those colors too, right? God, it ain't unlawful, but all things are lawful, but not expedient.
That's right.
You're not going to be walking around with no rainbow. When Cameron made pink a thing, I still didn't wear pink.
That's right.
Oh no, it's not pink. It's what? It's what?
Salmon.
It's salmon, right? I didn't. Certain people didn't. Why? Because the perception of what it is. The scriptures say we're known by the way we walk, we talk, and how we dress.
Ecclesiastes chapter 19, verse 29 and verse 30.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah. So a lot of stuff like my garments, I stopped putting them on there because all the misinformation that was put online. Because our people don't study, so they're gonna judge you by what they see, right? So yeah. All right. So any other questions before we end it out? Did you have anything else for us, bro?
What's the difference between Jew and Jewish?
Well, we're dealing with English. So
It don't pertain to.
right.
So
Yeah.
One side they got a whole other belief, another side they don't know at all. So one side real, one side fake.
Right. There you go. You answer your own question. There you go.
I just want to know your take on it.
Oh, right. Yeah. Yeah. You know, it's English. We know the fake Jews, right? They're ish. They want to believe. They want to be us.
I know some beliefs. I've got to debate with somebody, another Hebrew, I would say debate. Hebrew is like right here at the church. But on the bus. Or what about bus transit? And he was telling me, he said, yeah, there are brothers that was in the slave ship with us. I said, nah.
Who?
I don't know. Some.
No. Who is our brothers?
They were saying the Jewish, the light skinned people with the curly hair. They were saying that the rabbis, basically, they were saying they were in the ships with the Jews. I said, nah.
What?
Those
weren't no Israelites that told you that.
No, they were. I would start off. They was like, they knew our brothers. Said, they funded the slave ships and all that stuff. I mean,
Nah, these cats can't be no Israelites. They must be another sect of crazy niggas.
Yeah.
But that don't even sound like Israel. I ain't never heard that.
I've heard it like priest. I said, nah.
That the Jews were our brothers on the slave ship with us.
Yeah, I said, nah.
Nah, man. Hell nah, they weren't on those slave ships with us. Oh, you know what? I correct myself. They were because they had the damn whips whipping us. That's as far as they were on the ship. But they weren't on there catching it like us, defecating on each other, being tossed over, eaten by the alligators, beaten to death. They weren't on like that. They were on there whooping us, doing it. I don't know, man. It's a lot of crazy cats popping up out of nowhere, just saying any damn thing that comes out of their mouth. Yeah, and not even caring what they say. Yeah.
So when you look up the word ish, I-S-H, right? It's a suffix which denotes somewhat or somewhat like, but it's not the same as. So if you're a Jew-ish, that means you practice the customs, but you're not a Jew. You're not that nationality because of your bloodline, because of your lineage.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Any other questions? Anything? Nothing. No? Okay. All right. Anything online? We'll wait. Remember, reminding y'all, brothers and sisters, tonight is the Shabbat. All right. We will be here back in the morning at 10 for Sabbath morning class. Y'all are welcome to join us. We got something on the line?
Yeah, there was one earlier. How do you deal with family in your house that is not in the truth?
Get the hell out of the house. Get out. Go to 1 Corinthians 3, right? How do you deal with family? And you know what? Without being facetious, let's give him or her some correct understanding on that. Cause how do you deal with your family that's in the house with you? Right?
That ain't in the truth.
That ain't in the truth. Well, is this a husband, a wife?
LJ Jr.
Is the person that's not in the truth a husband or wife? Because when is not?
Well, based off the name. It's a kid.
Oh, okay. And they're not in the truth. Okay, they're not in the truth. The siblings and mom. Well, and it's a kid. 16. Okay, well, first of all, if it's your mom, you got to deal with that for right now. You got to keep on the path, right? The scriptures say still honor thy father and thy mother. So you got to respect her, but you don't got to believe in what she believes in. So remember, it's a touchy situation because you being a kid, if I'm correct, right? That's what y'all said. It's a kid asking that. You're 16. You still got to respect your mother, but you do got to have your mind stable to understand that what mama might believe in is not the truth. It's not the knowledge, right? It's not the way of the Most High, right? Like I got a lot of, I'm sure y'all too, got family members, but that ain't in the knowledge. How do we deal with them? We deal with them with respect. We still love them, but it's kind of like, okay, I got to keep moving. I can't let you disrupt what I got going on, right? So you as a kid, you got to keep doing what you're doing until you can get old enough and separate yourself from that. But as far as for you, nothing's really going to change. Just what she's telling you, if she's still celebrating Christmas and eating pork and doing all these things, those are the things you got to be aware of and know that the gospel speaks against that. The word speaks against that. I'm not going to believe that. You know what I mean? So I'm not going to tell you. It's different when it's two grown-ups, right? It tells you when a husband and a wife, if you have one believing and one not, that if there's some respect there, that they can stay together, right? The scripture I was going to go to, it says, be not unequally yoked together with unbelievers. So it's different themes and different levels for situations. Now, you being a child, your situation is you're not going to gang bang on your mom and tell her she got demons on her and you know what, the Most High is going to burn her up. You got to respect her, and as you grow in the wisdom and you get older, you're just going to gradually separate yourself from that. You know what I mean? Just like I'm sure a lot of our parents in here ain't got the truth, right? Yeah.
How you deal with family members that are in different corners of the truth?
In what?
Different corners of the truth. That makes sense.
It's like seeing a brother from another camp. You respect him, you salute him. You know what I mean? You show him love, but you keep it moving. You know what I mean? What did Christ say? Go to just on your question. Go to Luke, right? Yeah, they're not teaching with us. Yeah. Go there. And I wanted to be. I'm glad I asked who asked that, because for a kid it's going to be a whole different situation, and I'm glad that came out, because for a husband, a wife, a grown up, it might be different. You might have the chance to get the hell out of there, get away from them, right? Because they're bringing confusion. You might get away. So once again, you're a child. You're living with your parents. You got to understand where your mom's mind is, your siblings' mind are. If they don't believe, all you do is just sit back. You keep in the word, keep strengthening your mind. And when the time comes, the Most High got to remove that away from you, man. You find that? Hold on 1 second. Let us find this one. This is it's in the gospel. It is I thought it was in Luke. It might be in And I gotta find this one, because it's one that we always remind our camp, our school, how to deal with other brothers, other sisters cordially. You know what I mean? I would like to say this, that we have coined the word camp banging, because we're the ones that 6 years, 7 years back taught that's what we shouldn't be doing. You know what I mean? You see another brother, another sister, and then you wanna argue with them and debate with them, and you wanna, because they're not rolling with you. We definitely ain't on that tip. So I want to get this real quick. It says, hold on. Hold on. Man, I cannot find it. It's it says they when Christ was speaking, no, when the apostles were speaking, he said there'd be some man. Hold on a second.
Mark 9:38.
See, I'm over here in Luke. Let's see. You're probably right. Mark 9:38. Yeah. Yep.
Come. Mark chapter 9 and verse 38.
The water. Go ahead.
And John answered him, saying, Master, we saw one casting out devils in thy name. And he followeth not us.
So you see that? So that'd be the mentality. Well, they're not rolling with us. That's fine. You know, everybody ain't gonna roll with us. Go ahead.
And we forbid him.
Right, and we what?
Forbid him.
Because you know the apostles were what? Overzealous. Yeah. And that's how a lot of brothers get. They get overzealous. Oh, these brothers ain't rolling with us. That's fine. Everybody ain't going to roll with us. The Most High has set it up that way for a reason. That way no Israelite has an excuse. Right? Everybody has a school to their liking. Right? Go ahead.
Because he followeth not us.
Go ahead.
But Jesus said, Forbid him not, for there is no man which shall do a miracle in my name, that can lightly speak evil of me.
Right, you see that? So the scriptures say, forbid them not. Listen, let them do what they're doing. So what do? We deal with brothers with respect. We deal with sisters with respect. We salute. We saluted people and ain't got to salute back. That's fine too. Scriptures say, render not evil for evil. That you can tell that brother ain't got no class. You just keep moving your way. You know what I mean? Remember, the scriptures say, be not overcome with evil, but overcome evil with good. Shalom, brother. How you doing? He don't look at you. He don't acknowledge you. You just keep moving. You know what I mean? So, I mean, think about it. What do we do with the Christians? The Baptists? The Pentecost? Do we go kick down their churches be like, and go to war with them all the time? Nah. Yeah, we talk with them and we deal with them, but we ain't going over there causing no commotion and creating a war with them. You know what I mean? We just teach the gospel and teach what we know they haven't been doing and teaching. You know what I mean? So that's how we approach it. Yeah. All right. Any other questions? Nobody. Anything? Nothing? We good? All right. So like I was saying, remember it's the Sabbath. Tomorrow we'll be here at 10. And of course, Houston is going to be online for y'all that are out of state. And if that's it, everybody say shalom to them. Shalom. We'll see y'all Tuesday. Actually, we'll see y'all tomorrow in Houston. All right. For everybody else here, Imadyam Wapanyaha Kadam, which is stand and face the east. The east is in the corner right here. You gonna turn it off? It's what? 16.
I'll take it off.
Judah, 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 Judah.
Take the
Judah, 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 Judah. The scepter would never leave Judah. The scepter would never leave Judah. The scepter would never leave Judah. I'm Judah. Christ sprang out of Judah. King David was Judah. King Asa was Judah. Don't crowd me up, who gon' rouse me up? Alistair Crowley, your time is up. It's a big mess, I gotta clean it up. Esau, the end of my kingdom's up. On the eagle's neck, I'll press. I woke up from my rest. I woke up from my arrest. My rulership is up next. Know that.
So for y'all that haven't been to Sabbath morning